So this is a video that I've been contemplating on creating for the longest time. I think it's now 2 years since I wanted to create this video where I wanted to share how YouTube changed my life as an extreme loner. So about 2004 or so, I found myself in a position where I had nobody. I was alone. I did not have friends. Yes, I did have family, but of course, your family is your family. But outside of the family, you have to have another bubble, a bubble where you are yourself, a bubble where you have people that care about you and that you care about them as well. So I think a year down the line, I realized that I had lost the will of making new friends. I don't think I lost the will to making new friends, but I think I never had the tool of how to make friends. I didn't know how to walk up to a person that I thought would make a good friend and say, "Hi, my name is Clantis. I would like to be your friend." I thought if I had to do something like that, it's going to be quite creepy. So as a result of that, I just kept going deeper and deeper and deeper into my shell to a point where the world only saw me when I went to school and came back from school. From when I started working, when I went to work and came back from work. During weekends, I was indoors. During public holidays, I was indoors. During this time of the year, like the December holidays and any other holiday for that matter, I will not be seen anywhere. That also includes sceneries where people go either clubbing or going out to eat or hang out in malls or whatever friends do. I was never seen in such circles. Why? Because I now had created this shell that I was hidden in. In the beginning, it was miserable. It was why? But eventually I realized that maybe this is me who needs to take a journey of self-discovery. And when I took that journey of self-discovery, I realized so many things. In as much as I was an outgoing person, a people's person for that matter, people enjoyed being around me because I've always been a good conversationalist, a person that took an interest in what you said. But one thing I did not understand is, why did I find myself alone? And then when I went through the journey of self-discovery, yes, I did come across some few traits that were not savory or probably even a little bit toxic. I wouldn't say that they were so toxic that everybody just decided to disappear. I think the toxicity of my personality as I was growing older is that I didn't like certain things. And some people like doing certain things, and they felt that I was being a stumbling block in their lives, and as a result, it just disappeared. Do I blame them? No, I don't blame them, because at some point friendships do diminish. Sometimes you do outgrow each other. Sometimes it's just that they're just sick of you and then they end up leaving. So the journey of self-discovery, I realized that I've always been a person who enjoys being by himself. I've always enjoyed being a person who enjoys his own company, his own thoughts. I realized that I love reading. I realized that I love just being by myself without having to be obligated to smile for the day. If I didn't want to smile, well, nobody sees me. I'm indoors. And if I'm going through something, I'm going through something by myself. Yes, my family were a little bit worried, especially my late mother, who'll be like, "Hey, what happened to your friends? Why aren't you going to your friends? I haven't seen your friends." And things like, what do you tell your mom at the end of the day? So eventually she also kind of like gave up, because I would not give her straight answers. Even when I went to live with my father's sister for 8 years, she always wondered why I've always been indoors. Why don't I have friends? Yet I have this great job and I have basically everything that I ever wanted. Shouldn't I also have friends in high places and things of that nature? She just never understood why on weekends I was with her. That means from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm indoors. The first time I come out is on Monday when I'm going to work. Immediately I knock off from work, I'm back at home. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that for the past 19 years, I have been an extreme loner. However, though, in 2020, I started a YouTube channel. Even when I started the YouTube channel, I had so many fears The fears were mostly about what am I going to say? I don't even know how to talk, because one of the things about being an extreme loner, you do lose your vocabulary because you don't speak. Who do you speak to except when you speak with your colleagues at work? Even when you speak with your colleagues at work, it's about work. It's not about anything else. And when you are in meetings, you're just talking on what the report is about regarding the job or the deadline. And then after that, you go home. So I kind of like lost my vocabulary. I lost on how exactly do you communicate with the next human being without talking about work. So when I sat down and I thought, you know what, I would love to have a YouTube channel. I would love to talk to people. There's so many things that I want to talk about. But at that time as well, in 2020, if you realize, we had the pandemonium that just, came up from nowhere. And I knew that this pandemonium was going to create a lot of chaos, especially when it comes to jobs. People are going to lose jobs. Already in South Africa, we are having a very high unemployment rate amongst the youth. I think at the time it was sitting at 32% unemployment rate and about 76% unemployment rate in the youth, according to Stats SA at the time. And I was like, you know what? I know YouTube can change people's lives. I know YouTube has the potential of putting food on the table. It might not be that much, but at least you know that you put a camera set up and then you click the red button and you record whatever you want to talk about. And at the end of the day, you get to earn some money. Of course, you're not just going to earn money immediately. You start setting up and filming your videos. There are requirements that you need to meet. But I knew that I wanted to do something in that space and bring YouTube to the attention of many young people that have put in resumes and waiting for a call for a job interview, or they've gone to a job interview and now they are waiting for that moment they get a call that they've got it, and they're just sitting at home twiddling their thumb, and then this call never comes. A lot of young people have given up because in South Africa, the economy itself was not creating jobs and still not creating jobs to this very day. And then I wanted to know, so I was very bothered at how do I bring YouTube to their attention. Of course, the only way I could do that is to create a YouTube channel, set up, and then press a record. But I was also going through personal issues myself. I was confident. I knew who I was already. I mean, for 20 years, you're sitting by yourself. You went through a journey of self-discovery. There are things that you like about yourself and there are things that you don't like about yourself. And then how you reconcile the two is stuff that I already worked out and strategized that when I go out there in the big world out there, that at least I am tolerable enough to people. But now how will people perceive me when I'm now in front of a camera and talking to them about YouTube? So I was like, I guess my biggest stumbling block was myself. I think when I looked at myself, I always thought, you know what? You're not good looking. You got gaps between your teeth. Your skin tone is uneven. I have big eyes. My voice is not good. I hated my voice. I hated the way I also looked on camera. I had no confidence, self-esteem. Now, who is going to take me serious with all of these flaws that now I want to set up and start a YouTube channel? This delayed me in starting a YouTube channel because the thought started around 2017, 2018. It got a little stronger. By 2019, it was basically banging on the door, and I kept procrastinating and pushing it back and pushing it back. But one day in April of 2020, I decided, you know what? I don't care who says what. I'm just going to do this. And I think I'm now well equipped enough to understand what YouTube is all about, the information that I want to impart to young people that are unemployed. And I knew at the time that when I'm starting this YouTube channel, I'm also not a young person. At this point in time, I'm approaching 40. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, so who is going to be listening to a 40-year-old talking about YouTube? Because when you look at YouTube, most people that are YouTubers are young people in the early 20s, mid 20s, I think to about the 27th year or even 30 if they are pushing it. Now you are 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years older than all these YouTubers. Who is going to take you seriously? And I was like, and all of that just kept making me push back and say, no, I'm not going to start a YouTube channel. So eventually in April, because you now know that in 2020, we had the pandemonium that had us all locked in. Already, I'm a loner. And when the pandemonium started, being alone was my thing. I was used to it. I was enjoying being by myself. But I was by myself, but I still got up in the morning and went to work. And now suddenly we are all locked in. We can't go out. What do you do? Twiddling my thumb. I'm done watching television. I've watched every show on DSTV. Now I'm bored, almost half to death. What do I do? So that's when I decided, in fact, I didn't even decide. I think somehow I looked at my phone and the camera was facing up and I was like, maybe this is the time where I needed to start a YouTube channel. And then I set up. I remember I put a stack of books against the window and then I sat in front of the window and I began to say something. I think I even forgot my own name. I tried my best to find my words. I couldn't speak. I couldn't do anything. I think that entire day I tried to film an intro, trying to remember how to pronounce my own name. Can you imagine that? That's how scared I was. But anyways, I knew that if I continued every single day to film a video, I will get better. I will find my words. I will find my feet. I will even find my confidence and self-esteem as I move on. And I just started. I was like, I'm done with procrastinations. I'm done with fears. I'm done with who is going to say what. I think some other content creators that I was listening to who were doing the very niche that I am doing, which is YouTube education, they said, you know what? People don't care about you. People don't care how you look. People care about content. All you have to do is show up with content and people are going to consume content. They're not here to consume you. They are here to consume content. And I think that kind of like gave me a boost, gave me confident boost. And that is why I was able now to kind of like do something on my channel. If you go to my main channel, which is Clantis Dumagude, and go back, far back as April 2020, you will see a lot has changed since then. Me looking timid, me not able to talk. One of the other reasons why I could not really talk was because around the same time I started my YouTube channel, I did catch Covolvo. And I was in bed for 4 months. I would say it was a severe state, but not enough to take me out, if you know what I mean. And I recovered. However, when I did recover, there was some kind of damages in my lungs. And every time when I tried to talk, my lungs would fill up with water and then they would fill up my esophagus and it would choke me and I would not be able to talk. And I thought, oh my goodness, here's another stumbling block in creating, because it was quite irritating because every time I tried to talk, I would get choked and I would cough in the middle of filming a video. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that I just started and I started talking. I started remembering my vocabulary. I started remembering my grammar, even though my grammar was not as good as I think it was. I'm a good writer. Trust me and believe me, I'm a good writer, but I am not a good person that speaks, especially in public. As I said, when you're a loner, there are a lot of things that you are away from. You watch the world literally pass you by. So eventually I started seeing subscribers coming through. You have no idea. The first subscriber that came through, I celebrated that entire night. I couldn't sleep. First subscriber. And I had been on the platform now for about 4 months. And in that 4 months, nobody was watching my videos. Nobody was subscribing. Nothing was happening. Eventually, when I started getting that first view and first subscriber, it was a celebration. And then when I saw the second and the third and the fourth, and of course, my YouTube channel was painstakingly growing slow. It was not like because I got a first subscriber, suddenly now every week I'll get a subscriber. It should be a subscriber once in a blue moon, like a new subscriber once in a blue moon. But I continued to push. And one thing I realized as I was pumping content on my channel is that my confidence started growing. That's the first thing that I realized. The second thing that I realized that was growing was my creative juices as well, and how I was falling in love with the YouTube education niche. And then I knew that the videos that I was bringing on my channel have value, or they were value packed. I knew that if people really watched these videos and they took these tips, tricks, and hacks to heart and grew their own channels, this has the potential of changing their lives. That is why I ensured that every time I talked on my videos back then, I spoke to people that were unemployed, and I plead with them that please take YouTube up because it has a potential of changing your life. And I did speak about, yes, in the beginning, it's not going to be much money that you are going to earn, but you are going to earn money nonetheless. Once you hit the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours of watch time, which back then was a two monetization requirement in order for you to be part of the YouTube Partner Program. And I did see some people coming through, and I saw some as well that were a little bit older, probably around the same age as myself, taking courage in starting their own YouTube channels. And just recently, I've been having a lot of people in my age group saying, you know what, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have started a YouTube channel. That's the thing about YouTube. You never know who is watching. And I learned that in the YouTube event that I attended this past Saturday, which is now the reason why I am creating this video, because I thought, you know what? I need to create this video. I think it's time that I created it and let you guys in and understand and know how YouTube changed my life as an extreme loner. Nothing has changed when it comes to being a loner. I'm still a loner, but I realized that I am a loner with great social skills. Whenever I'm out there and I'm interacting with people, people have a tendency of enjoying my company. Even on Saturday, when we were having the YouTube event, it was a little bit difficult for some people to say, hey, goodbye, because they were enjoying my company. But immediately when I did get home, it was as if, oh my goodness, I just went to the shower, took a shower, and then I laid in my bed and I just breathed or sighed, because all that energy that I was perceiving on Saturday kind of like weighed on me. And then I realized that nothing has changed when it comes to me and my shell. I think over 20 years, that's your comfort zone. And it's a comfort zone that now I have learned because of YouTube to get out of. And when I do get out of it, it brings me joy. It brings me such comfort. It brings me optimism. And I'm always inspired when I'm around people who are like-minded as myself. And the most important thing is when I hear people say, hey, I started my YouTube channel because of you. And that is the most priceless thing you can ever hear. And the feeling that you get out of it is absolutely incredible. And I thought, you know what? Let me sit down and create this video and share with you how YouTube changed my life as an extreme loner. Now, I have an amazing community on YouTube. I call them the Honorable Clan members. They are the best. These people make me laugh. They make me smile. They make me happy. I'm always joyful to sit down and create a YouTube video. Even on this very channel, I believe I have also created, or I'm starting to create, a community of people that actually appreciate me as an individual before the content that I create. That is the most priceless feeling I have ever felt. So in a nutshell, YouTube broke through me. Something that a therapist, because there was a time where I was attending therapy and the therapy was just not working. I think I changed around 11 therapists over the past 10 years, and none of them kind of like broke through. And it took a camera, a small knob that I'm currently looking at right now, to actually help me out in becoming the Clantis that I've always wanted to be. A Clantis that is enjoyed by other people. I'm talking my company, enjoyed by other people, having intellectual conversations with people, because I enjoy mentally stimulating conversations. And I am getting out of that with the community that I have built on YouTube. YouTube has broke through what therapists couldn't do. So YouTube, for me, I've always considered it as a therapy. That is why when I sit down and I create a YouTube video and I speak to that knob, I know I'm not talking to this knob alone in my apartment, but I know on the other side, once I am done posting this video, lots of people are going to be watching, and hopefully there are going to be other people who will get motivated to start their own YouTube channel. Despite the flaws that you think you have, let me tell you something. It's true what they say. People are not on YouTube for you. People are on YouTube because of content. Remember, YouTube is a search engine as well, just like Google is. If people want to learn something, they now come to YouTube. They're not coming here for you. They are coming to hear what you have for them, irrespective of how you look. If you think you are not beautiful, you are not handsome, nobody cares. People care about what information do you have that I typed and I clicked on your video for, period. So please start a YouTube channel. And if you are unemployed, start a YouTube channel so that your life can also be changed by YouTube. I think the most important thing for me is the memories that I am building here on YouTube, the friendships that now I am opened and then I'm seeing coming through. Why? Because I am a person, after all, who has an open heart, who has an open mind, who enjoys people's company as well when I am around people. Yes, I still enjoy being alone. Yes, I still enjoy my own thoughts and talking to myself when I am seated and not recording a video, but I enjoy the memories that I am making with so many people here on YouTube. And also as well, sitting here and recording this video, I know that all these videos, they become what you would call a diary of some sort, or documentary, or whatever it is that one might want to call it. All these videos, someday I might sit back and say, wow, that was me. That loner that was afraid of opening his mouth. Look at him now. And interestingly, while I decided to click the start button, today I have an additional stream of income because of YouTube. 2 of my YouTube channels are monetized, and both these YouTube channels are making me money. I have my 9 to 5, I earn from that, and now I have 2 YouTube channels that add on to my salary. That is just amazing when you think about it. And I'm like, wow. And I do have a lot of brands that do come and approach me. Unfortunately, the brands that are approaching me, they are the type that are not aligned with my content or products that I believe in, even though the money, when they flash it on my face, I'm like, whew, that is a lot of money. But at the end of the day, I still have to be honest with myself. But importantly, I need to be honest with my community on YouTube. I cannot bring them products that I don't believe in, that I do not use or consume myself. However, though, I know someday that this channel, or my main channel, is going to start getting the type of brands and products and services that I would collaborate with, that I know work for me, that I also consume, and then I would want to share and recommend them with my community members on my channels. So the point that I'm trying to make is just start. Just start, irrespective of how you feel about yourself. You could have the biggest scar facing, I don't know which direction. Just start. Nobody cares about that. Yes, there will be 1 or 2 people that might want to know what happened to you. You can tell them your story. That's another way of actually sharing your story, or something that you thought you were going to put in a book. You share it on your YouTube channel. There are so many things that you can talk about on YouTube. There is just so many topics. You're the one who know yourself. You're the one who know your strength. You're the one who know where you want to go in life. But let me tell you something, YouTube will change your life, especially if you are unemployed. If you have a degree, talk on the subjects or the course that you studied at university, TVET college, or wherever or whatever. If you have an experience or an expertise, sit down and create a YouTube video and inspire other people that might want to go in the same line as yourself about absolutely everything and anything. If you live in a shack, show us in a form of a vlog, a day in your life as a person who dwells in an informal settlement. All of those things are fascinating. If you think that you have a boring life, let me tell you something. What you think is boring is interesting to someone else. So never think that creating content that you consider boring is actually boring. Let me tell you something as well. The most viral videos on YouTube are the ones that you think are boring. So I will make this call once again. If you are unemployed, irrespective of how old you are, YouTube is for you too. So, and it doesn't matter what race you are, what gender you are, what sexual orientation you are. It doesn't matter. Just sit down, set up, and start. Start today. Do not procrastinate. I will create a dedicated video on advising you how to start a YouTube channel in 2024. I appreciate you for listening. See you next time in a new video. Goodbye.